Here's the dirt girls camp road.
Yeah.
This is awesome through here. Now we're not headed. We're kind of taking a detour, but they're going to get us back over to the house. It used to be an old.
Kindly a shortcut from up here.
Yeah, really?
No,
Yeah, not really.
Not really.
Man, we're going.
But that makes you feel better.
I got busted a vein screaming there. Oh.
Well, I mean, it's a lot funner on these roads because it's a lot narrower.
You can fishtail a little bit.
Okay, now he was doing. I don't know how fast were you going on that road?
We were about through Bearwaller.
Bearwaller.
Maybe 65.
65.
Yeah.
This truck will scoot, dude.
It does good.
It's a big old motor in it.
What's it got? Triton V8.
It's a 5.4, yeah.
So yeah, this used to be an old girls camp down here. I've actually done a video. If you look up Girls Camp Road on YouTube, you'll see where I've done a video about this, you know, at a decent speed. And so anyway, this actually does come out down at the old Reed Willis property.
Yeah,
where we
comes
used
out
to.
of Coots's Gap.
Coots's Gap. Cooch's Gap.
Coots's.
It's Gooch Gap, ain't it?
That's what they call it now, but it's always been called Coots. C-O-O-T-S.
But it says Gooch Gap on it.
I know that's what it says now, but my road says Chestnut Mountain and it's 7 Mile Ridge. It's Coots's Gap. Ask Daddy what the name of this gap up here is.
Right.
Or anybody that was born before 1970.
Well, I was born in 1964. It's
That's
Gooch's
me.
Gap to me.
Coots Gap.
Coots?
Gap.
It's just a gap, folks. It ain't that much. It's kind of down here. One time I took shelter from a massive storm. I was riding my bike on one time and thought that getting in this underpass down here would keep me safe. And it was like the wind came howling through there 60 miles an hour. I was going to freeze to death, brother. Oh, okay, we got Blue Ridge Meadow Farms. This is going to be some shaky video. Holy cow, man! I'm still recovering from that. I didn't think he's going to rip into it. He started in that worst curve ever down there too. What's that big tree there with those big leaves on it?
Polonia.
No, it's
or a
not.
mulberry.
It's not a Polonia or a mulberry.
What is it?
Basswood.
No, it's not a basswood.
What is it then, smart guy?
I can see. I was just guessing. I know that all of them has big leaves.
It is a wahoo, or some people call it a cucumber.
Are you making that up?
No.
Wahoo.
Wahoo, yeah, but it's not a cucumber. People call it a cucumber, and it's got a big bloom on it with a big little pod.
Oh yeah, I've seen those
like
things.
But it's not a cucumber. There's another tree up here that's a cucumber, but that's not it. It's a scientific name. I think it's Magnolia acuminata. It's a big leaf magnolia. Or something like that.
Tim went to Western Carolina University and majored in trees. Beep.
True that.
Oh. That little cabin turned out decent, didn't
really
it?
nice.
Yeah.
I did the grading for that house.
Did you do the grading for that?
Yeah, put your septic system in.
So one of the things Tim's into too is grading, and he has some pretty cool toys.
I had some. I sold a bunch of
Did
them.
you sell some of them?
Yeah, but I
Still got your Traco?
sold it.
You sold it?
Yeah. Just seen an opportunity to make a little money on it, and I sold it, but I can get another one if I need it.
Make them every day. They must make them somewhere. Maybe they ship in. I pass at least 3 times a week on Black Mountain. I pass a truck with a big track hoe on the back of it. Where do you reckon they're coming from?
So I'm telling
Somebody doing some running on the road.
you. Yeah.
Yes, she usually just walks.
So this is Crabtree Road. Yeah. So we're headed down toward Mom and Dad's house. So we're sort of in West Little Switzerland, we'll call it now. Deer Lick
We're on
Road.
Crabtree.
Yeah, this is where
the working folks live.
Yeah.
Tourists live in Little Switzerland.
my mom and dad lived down in that hole kind of in there. Got a nice little piece of property.
Yep.
It's kind of a little cove there that backs up to nothing really. I mean, it's a lot of wilderness there. Dad's having problems with a bear infestation right now, isn't he?
Everywhere.
Yeah, there's 4 of them. I know there's a sow and 3 cubs climbing up in the apple trees trying to get apples.
When did the bears like start coming back? Because man, I never remember seeing a bear when I was a
It's
kid.
been over about the past 20 years. They've just steadily increased every year.
You're about to get to a nuisance.
Yeah.
I think the first one I ever seen in the woods was about, it's been, maybe not hardly been 20 years ago, maybe 16, 17, 18 years ago.
Back when I was playing in the T-Bone band, we were practicing up on Cattail Creek.
Yeah.
And the only bear I've ever seen in the Appalachian Mountains, still to this day, was up there on Cattail Creek coming back from band practice one night.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like some kind of weird dog at first.
Yeah, that's well, the one I seen I thought was a dog when I first seen it, but it was a bear come out from underneath the old cabin up here on Long Branch.
Now we got a story online about Tim seeing Sasquatch, truly Bigfoot.
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch. Okay. He's got a SAG card.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Whatever that means.
But that happened about, what, 2 miles south of here, right?
No,
or north of here. North of here.
Just a little bit below us.
Just a little bit below us here.
Right down there at the ponds.
You don't have to reenact it right now, but no. Yeah. Oh.
Beep.
Sorry, I kind of like compacted into Tom's
I hit a
solar
bear.
plexus. You hit a bear?
Yeah, with my
When you-
car.
oh, okay, not your fist.
No, my car.
When did you hit a bear?
In March.
I mean, did you kill it?
No.
Did it mess your car
I
up?
don't. Yeah, it destroyed. I was in my work car, my state car.
Where was you? Were you in
That's on
Asheville?
Highway 70. I was coming home. I was on call. And I was on my way home in my work car. And it just came right up the bank. Fortunately, I was going relatively slow. And it came up the bank and I couldn't stop. I was in that big Crown Vic. And they've got a big old long front end anyways. And I seen it and immediately knew it was, and I was like, oh man, there's a bear. And I hit the brakes and it had done jumped up. And basically I caught it in mid-stride. And I clipped it with my bumper and his ice just set right back in the grill.
Really?
It's funny, yeah, and his arms flailed back like that. And when I got stopped, it's like a catapult. It just shot that bear out of the front of my car. And he rolled about 3 times and got up and running. And
How
run
fast
right
were you
up
going
the
when you
bank.
hit him?
About 35.
It didn't kill him.
No, I mean, I hit him just perfect. Like I say, his ice, it just cushioned him. He set right back into the, it just crushed the hood. But fortunately on that, like I say, it's got a big long front end and the radiator
Wow.
sets probably 3 feet
So
back.
if we could make like vehicle airbags out of bear butt.
I don't know about all that.
Hold tight just a second.
But it
Okay.
never phased him.
Yeah.
I mean, it was wild in retrospect.
So here's
About
like
11 o'clock at night. And then had to call a trooper to come up because it's a state-owned vehicle. So I had to call a trooper to come do me an accident report. He came up and I'd done got out. And I'll be honest, I was worried because, you know, I've seen bears. This was a big bear. He's 300 pounds easy. So I got my light out. I'd had my flashlight and I was checking, making sure he was gone. Making sure he wasn't dead in the road, looked for blood and none of that. Well then, I'd got out and checked for damage and cleaned up and busted the whole grill out of it. And so I was standing there when the trooper pulled up about 15 minutes later. He said, so you hit a bear? And I said, yeah, I hit a bear. He said, looking like yes, he wasn't out of his car yet. He said, well, is it gone? I said, yeah, man, I wouldn't be standing here either if it wasn't gone. But he wasn't about to get out until he knew that bear was gone.
Well, Dad said that bear walked up on him like within arm's length on the porch. He didn't hear it, I guess. You don't have his hearing aids in. Imagine I wonder what Dad thought when he turns to his right and there's this bear.
It wasn't good.
Dad was on his front porch, or car, where he goes to smoke, carport. And bear walked up there and started poking around on the porch.
Coming after all that bird feeding stuff he puts out.
Yeah.
And Mama slopping the dog.
Slopping the dog?
Yeah, instead of slopping, we ain't got no
What
hogs.
dog? You ain't got no dog?
Daisy.
Oh,
Daisy
Daisy?
dog comes
So
up.
but Mom fusses about that dog all the time, but she
and then
feeds it.
Yeah.
Well, she puts out all her old food, you know, that she's throwing out. She puts out and that dog comes up.
Well, bears will eat that too, though, man. Why she put that out?
Because it's mom. How she does.